years. So I had a boss called David, and he was brilliant at modeling work-life balance. He was my boss in a management consultancy, typically quite pressurized work, very easy to work, very long hours. Prevailing culture in the industry at the time was to be present in the office, where David, who was one of the owners, leaders of the firm, would come in at 9 and he would deliberately leave between 5:30 and 6. So he modeled a really good work-life balance and gave permission to the people junior to him to do the same, I suspect. And then I had another boss. Ali was superb at setting out a vision for a company that had a moral purpose as well as being economically successful. And he was just great at articulating and sharing and consistently sticking with a vision for business.
Good leadership has been something that I have needed from the very beginning of my walk in Christian life, but also in professional life. So the work that we do relies heavily on working with communities, and some of those people in the community are really broken and they really need support, advice. They need to be sort of brought along in their life. And so for me, it's really important that I have good leadership as well. Our church has been a fantastic place of leaders, and not just Christian leaders, but also business leaders. We have people that are prolific in business, people that are prolific in community, in politics and policy. And so I've kind of, in more recent years, tried to be around people that have started to do amazing things, not just in the church, but also in the world around us, because that's really, really important. And I found that the best leaders that I've been around have been the ones that want to serve. They're not so wrapped up in accolades and achievements, but how they can serve others and what they can do to help others. And so having a servant's heart is so important for me, being on the receiving end of a leader, but also for those who I'm going to lead in the future as well.
Phenomenally important. I think there's a power in when you see leadership being done in front of you, and the concept of relatable role models. When you see in demonstration of Christ's love and good leadership, I think it just inspires you and shows you what is possible.
At different points in my life, it has enabled me to grow and develop and to see my own potential. So when I've had good leadership in my life, it has given me the opportunity to really step into the calling that there is on my life. And good leaders do that. They create the right environment for you to grow and for the people that they're leading. Definitely been crucial to my development.
I get women together who are going through difficult times in their lives, through the stuff that young people have got involved in, or through parenting troubles or behaviour issues in their household. And they look up to me as a leader because I help them to, one, unpack what they're going through, but also two, to kind of look at what they've done and how they can divert their journey into a better path. I've seen through just being able to listen and have conversation and to believe in people, that they've had their whole lives changed. The whole direction in their life that they were going to take is completely moved just because somebody spent time with them, poured into them, listened to them, and was honouring them. Honour is something, again, I think that is another aspect of leadership that sometimes we forget. I think sometimes in leadership you can get kind of caught up in being in a certain position in life, but when you honour another person and you take time to recognise the good in them, I've seen people's lives completely change. I've seen people go from being unemployed to suddenly saying, right, I'm going to do a degree course, I'm going to further my career, I'm going to now look at how I parent my child differently, I'm going to go and get help, all because of the positive impact of leadership. So I've seen some amazing outcomes, really amazing.
A clear purpose. Answering the question of why are we doing this, having a clear purpose, articulating clear vision of that purpose. So what do we want to be like in 2, 3, 4, 5 years? So giving people that clarity. A key part of leadership is listening. In my experience, you really only solve problems by listening, and listening really carefully in order to solve problems. My experience in the commercial world is really, to be successful, you've got to build teams. And a key part of that is understanding people's individual strengths and the collective strengths of the team, so you can then play to those strengths. And people tend to be much more motivated, much more successful if they can play to their strengths. Ultimately, leadership, I think, is around enabling people to take authority and enabling people to thrive.
Integral. I think integrity is so fundamentally important about doing what you're saying you're doing. What are you doing when no one's looking? If I was a fly on the wall in your life, what would I see you doing? Are your words matching your action? So integrity is very important for me, but being able to be kind and spending time with people and compassionate is very important for me. And those are the things that I try to demonstrate, as well as being fun and bringing energy. Because I think leadership without like clear vision and energy sometimes can be a bit hard to follow or be inspired by.
The goods of leadership enables people to do more than they would do on their own. When you have a leader that you trust, when you have a leader that has vision, the people that follow you flourish and they step into their calling and their contribution. For me, that is one of the key benefits of leadership, enabling other people to lead and to step into what their life holds for them, what their future is. When you see that benefit of leadership, it is a responsibility, but at the same time, it enables so much more to be done and to be achieved in the lives of people and outcomes also.